Hi, amazing people. Welcome once again. It's your favorite girl, Princess Cleason, Queen of Hearts, and laughter, of course. So, how has your day been? How is today? How is it going? My week has been amazing. It gets better by the day. Like, it just keeps going good and good and good. And I'm like, God, you love me. Really? Yes, God does love me. And He loves you too. That's why He sent His Son Jesus to come and die on the cross for you and I, for your sakes and mine. So we need to be excited about it. It's ACAD. Yes. A chapter a day to keep you going, to boost your faith, to get you soaked in the Word so you can stand the test of times and live on earth while being a Christian and being unapologetic about it. Yeah. In these days we are in, it's not a joke to be a Christian, and it's not a joke to stand for what you believe in. There are definitely times you're going to stand alone. Yeah, be rest assured. Okay, so my eyelashes are getting longer. Oh my God. I actually forgot our birthday stuff, so I'll be right back. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. That wasn't so bad. So today is the 20th of January 2021, and I want to say happy birthday to Ma'am Annabelle 4. She's my very good friend, and we went to school together in primary school. Can you imagine that? And I also want to say a very happy birthday to Ma'am Evelyn Nyako. She's my Ghanaian sister. People are going to be like, Princess, are you serious? Yes, I'm definitely serious. I want to also say a very special happy birthday to Vivian Attar, to Mrs. Njemia Bome, and every other person who was born today, the 20th of January. I want to say happy birthday to you all, and may God bless you and give you all your desires, your cravings, those things that you cry all the time and say, God, do this for me, make this happen, make this come to pass. Let Him give you all those things that you're craving for. Okay? And Happy New Year to you all. It's still January, so we're going to keep saying Happy New Year. Each time I don't do it, please remind me, okay? Yesterday was chapter 19. Today is chapter 20. We're getting on with it. And like always, I'll be focused more on the tablet than on you. But after this, we're going to talk about it. So, Matthew chapter 20 has 34 chapters. 34 chapters. This is 30-ish, so it's kind of comfortable, kind of comfy. But when it starts going 40, 50-ish, I'm freaking out a little bit. Okay, Princessa, can we get on already? Matthew chapter 20. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour, and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I'll give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the 6th hour and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They said unto him, Because no man had hired us. And he said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto the steward, Call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last hour until the first. And when they came, that they were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, This last had wrought but an hour. and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and the heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go thy way. I'll give unto this last, even as unto thee. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye evil because I am good? So the last shall be the first, and the first last. For many be called, but few are chosen. And Jesus, going up to Jerusalem, took the 12 disciples apart in the way and said unto them, Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man shall be betrayed unto the chief priests and unto the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death, and shall deliver him to the Gentiles to mock and to scourge and to crucify him, and the third day he shall rise again. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshipping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my 2 sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left hand, in thy kingdom. But Jesus answered and said, Ye know not what ye seek. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They said unto him, We are able. And he said unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left hand is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the 2 brethren. But Jesus called them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. But it shall not be so amongst you. But whosoever will be great amongst you, let him be your minister. And whosoever will be chief amongst you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. And as they departed from Jericho, a great multitude followed him. And behold, 2 blind men sitting by the wayside, when they heard that Jesus passed by, cried out, saying, Have mercy on us, Lord, thou Son of David. And the multitude rebuked him, because they should hold their peace. But they cried the more, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, thou Son of David. And Jesus stood still, and called them, and said, What will ye that I do unto you? They said unto him, Lord, that our eyes may be opened. So Jesus had compassion on them, and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Oh, that was good. I like that. And let's see those who have come in already, so we can say hello to them. And there we have my little nephew here, Sehans, welcome on board. Mam Mater Lingong, welcome. Mam Boma Furo, Mam Adube Ekikor, thank you all for coming in. I'm really grateful. It's a chapter a day to keep us going, to get us soaked with the word, because we need the word of God to go through this season, this time of our lives as Christians. We need the word of God like unapologetically. We need it all the time. So we're reading the Bible. It's an audio Bible made by Princess Cleaton. But yes, on this live stream, we get to do a chat from the start and at the end, so that we can say what we learned. If you have something that you learned, we always advise that you can go ahead and read up front, and when we come today, you can write in the comment section, or why not, you can request to come on live and talk to us about what you learned. And on all our other social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and probably our Facebook page, you're going to get just the edited version where we're reading just the Bible. You're not going to have the talks and the lesson learned and all that. It's just going to be the Bible read out. So yeah, this is it. Sometimes, just sometimes, we are mad about the fact that people progress, which is not right. I know that it feels awkward. It feels funny, to get people seemingly bypass you, like seemingly override you, like seemingly take your place, or they do less and you do more. A servant is supposed to serve. Like, that's just what it is. It's really intriguing because this is what the laborer did. He took people, he called the first people, like I call you today, and I said, this is the business deal I have, this is what you get, and this is the work you have to do. You have to do the job for a day. I love that scripture that says, I'll have mercy on whom I'll have mercy, and I'll have compassion on whom I'll have compassion. That's exactly what happens here. And he decides, I'm still going to pay, even if the person worked just for 1 hour, I'm still just going to pay the person the same amount. I've decided that in a day, I'm going to pay. There are still some people who could have gone there in the first hour and they were not even working. There are lots of people like that who would have been there in the first hour and they were not working, and the other people were working and doing all the work for them. But like I said, it's always a personal relationship with God. This is you. You've said to the man that you're going to work for a day and you're going to be paid a penny. Are you doing your work sincerely and honorably for a day to get your penny? Yes, there are some people who might come at the 12th hour and they will do work that is much more than someone who came there in the first hour. So our lives and our callings, our purpose, it's not the same. It might be the same thing. Yes, it might be in singing, but God has you to do the singing. Do it like your life depended on it. That's what you were supposed to do. It's yours motivating people. Do it like your life depended on it, because it does. And do it well. It doesn't matter. There can be millions of motivational speakers, but there are people that need the motivation that comes from you. Even in the billions of people that are in the world. So do your part. Don't be concerned about how long someone does it. There is a possibility of overtaking. And Jesus is sovereign. You're not going to tell him how to do what he has to do. You're not going to tell him. That's why he doesn't ask your opinion if he wants to bless someone. So you've been committed to the things of God and everything, and things are not seemingly happening for you and vitesse, like it's happening for someone who just came to Christ yesterday, and you're mad. Was it not supposed to be that we're supposed to rejoice when one soul comes to the kingdom? If Jesus can leave the 99 to go for the one, then that person who came in the 11th hour is as important as you who came in the first hour. It's not supposed to be your problem. It's not supposed to be your worry. Were you paid how much you had a deal with the person you were going to be paid? Yes, if you were, then there's no cheating. There is no cheating. Why would you want to take more than what you bargained for? When you were coming to work, they told you they're going to pay you 2,000 francs. They told you they're going to pay you $100, and you accepted. For a day, I'm going to work for a day, and I'm going to take $100. You don't know the deal the laborer, the person made, the owner of the farm field made with the next persons. You don't know what they were planning to do. You don't know what they were going to do. You don't know what extra thing they already did before coming to the farm. So you can't be bothered about how others were treated. You should be bothered about, I made a deal with this person. I was going to be paid $100. And I know that I put in my best and did my best for God's glory. Because in the last day, you're going to stand in front of the judgment throne as an individual. It's not going to be about your brother, sister, father, mother, or any other person. No. So if you're doing your work diligently and you seemingly are not paid the amount you think you should have been paid, then there is definitely a reward coming somehow, somewhere, someday. So please, let's get of that thing. When we see people who just come to the faith, people who just become born again and they come to Christ, and we're mad at the fact that God is using them mightily, God is doing great things through them, and it's just like those first hour and 3rd hour and 11th hour people. You don't know the connection that person has with God. You don't know their deal. You don't know what they decided. So you can't. You can't. The Bible says he who compare themselves with themselves are not wise. They are not wise. So please, let's stop that particular competition. A lot of us do it. A lot of us Christians, we do it all the time. And so Jesus, it's not about when you got saved, it's about getting saved. That's what we needed to understand. So some people got saved at the 1st hour. You're not going to be getting angry in heaven that these people came to heaven and they are being treated. They are also living on the streets of gold because they just got born again when they're about to die. Yeah, that's the exact representation. Somebody got saved 10 years ago. Another person got saved 5 years ago. Another person got saved 1 year ago. Another person got saved when they were just about to die, or maybe when the Jesus was about to show up, right? So are you going to be mad that the person is also living on the streets of gold, even though they just got born again, and you have resisted all kinds of temptations, you fought all kinds of battles on earth? Like, did you do that with your own energy? No. So Jesus was still concerned about the people who were idle. He knew that they could go do something for themselves. They could change. They could become children of God. They had time. They still had time. Even in that 1 hour, they could still do something. Jesus believed in them that much. You should believe in these people that much. And if God is using them to do something, you shouldn't be jealous. You shouldn't be envious. You should be excited. You should be happy. Because that the people came and added at that time to join and do the work made it a little bit easier, because you would have still been doing the work if they were not there. You would have still been doing the work if they were not there. So you all might kind of finish even earlier because a lot more people added along the line. So you should be grateful, not jealous. We need to get to that point. Your living on earth is about you and your relationship with God. What other people are doing should not be your concern. Please, focus on God. That's where the focus should be. It should be on God, not on other people. Yes, the person got saved just 1 hour to the time when Jesus was coming. Yes, the person got saved 300 or 100 or 50 years before Jesus came. So are you going to get mad? Are you going to be like, the person should not enter heaven? The person doesn't deserve to go to heaven because they didn't suffer persecution on earth? Because they seemingly lived their lives and then just gave their life to Christ when they were about to die? No, God is sovereign and He chooses to do what He wants to do with whoever He wants to do it with. So don't get jealous. That might just lead you into much more trouble. And yes, this is still comparison. The mom of Zebedee comes and she's asking who is going to be on the right and the left. You just need to keep doing you. That's what is going to get you to be on the right or the left. It's not going to be about, okay, now I want to do face value. Maybe they probably wanted to do face value. So if Jesus told them that, okay, for you to be on the right, this is what you have to do. For you to be on the left, this is what you have to do. So they'll start focusing now on those things because they want to show Jesus or they want to get it. But if it's open, anybody can do it. So do your best and be your best for God's glory. And then in the end, God is going to decide whether you're going to be on the right or on the left. And to me, did it really matter? You'll be in heaven for goodness sakes. The important thing is to spend eternity with God in heaven. So you'll be in heaven. Does it matter if you're in heaven on the right or on the left? Seriously? You see how we minor on the majors and major on the minors? It's not helping us. We need to step out of it. We need to step up our game. Find the things that are important and focus on them. Having to spend eternity with Christ is important, but whether you're spending eternity with Christ on the right, on the left, on the front, or the back, it's not important. It is not. Be your best at all the times, and when you get to heaven, you'll be rewarded diligently for being your best. Not for doing eye service. Oh, let me do this so that this person will see me. Let me do this so that my mama, my papa will see me. Let me do this so that my brother or sister will do it. No. That's what the Pharisees were doing. And they received their praise here on earth. So too you receive your praise here on earth. And that's why I just love Jesus. Because he's not going to make us to be in a competition. He's going to make you to focus on him and find your purpose and stick to it and be the best at fulfilling your purpose. Not struggling now to do this. Maybe if Jesus said, oh, okay, to be, you have to preach the gospel to the ends of the earth. Everybody will want to be an evangelist. But we also need a pastor. We also need a doctor. We also need an accountant. We need a truck pusher. We need a teller. We need all these people in the earth for the world to be balanced. But the difference that we make is that you should be the best at whatever thing you are. Give it whatever name. Brand it any way you want. The person who makes clothes for the president or the minister is a teller. In our layman language, they're called tellers. Call it fashion designer. They sew clothes for people to wear. That's what tailors do. Yeah. So it's just someone who is doing what they do but making the best out of it, putting in their best in it. So we need all those people on planet Earth to make the world balanced, but be your best at whatever you're called to do. So find it and be your best at it. And yes, like I said, when you're doing whatever you're doing, the multitude are going to keep following you. That's how the multitude kept following Jesus. Everywhere Jesus was going, people were following him. The Pharisees had been there preaching and talking about the Lord. We didn't hear about multitudes following them. But the multitude was following Jesus. Who is going to see gold and then leave it to go and follow mud or sand or something? No, everybody is going to want to follow gold. You want to go get the gold, you know. So if you see what you need and what you want, you're going to go for it with your all. These people didn't care whether they were going to eat or they were not going to eat. It was Jesus who was always moved with compassion, and then he feeds them. You know, that's exactly what was happening all the time. And then he says, the Son of Man came to serve, discover and develop your definite purpose in life. Thank you very much, Prophet Ked. Thank you so much. He just came in. Thank you for coming to the live stream. I really appreciate it. And we also had Ma'am Martha say thanks. It's a pleasure. Oh, I'm glad you were here. So we also see here where Jesus was telling these people, the multitude just kept following him because they knew that whatever they needed, he had it. So when you're a solution to problems, because each and every one of us was created, God did not just sit and go and he got bored and then he decided to create you or he decided to create me. No, God created you and I for a purpose. Like we are a unique solution to a unique problem. That's why God created us. So you need to find that problem that you're a solution to. And when you find that problem and you're on it, being a solution to the problem, people are going to follow you. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to pressure them. They're just going to naturally follow you. That's it. I know what I learn when I go to Prof. Leke's wall, when I go to his Facebook page. I know what I learned from there. So nobody is going to pressure me. Nobody is going to try to convince me to go to his page. I just automatically go there. That's what happens when you're a solution to the problem that you were created for. People are naturally going to follow you. Jesus was just doing what he came to earth to do, to save and seek the lost. And so when the lost noticed that that's exactly what he was doing, they just started following him. It was simple. It was simple. He didn't need to stress. And people started getting jealous. Of course, there are always going to be the people that are going to be jealous. There are going to be people that are going to be saying things. There are going to be people that are going to try to distract you. This one actually also touched me. You know, Jesus is always moved to compassion, and he expects us as children of God to always be moved to compassion. What is compassion? Compassion goes a lot with empathy. And this is what that means. You can actually be sorry for a situation, but when you're compassionate and empathetic, it means that you go way beyond just feeling what the person feels to try to do something to make the situation better. That's what Jesus always did. And that's why I say love precedes action. When you profess love, there should be a preceding action that connects with that love to truly say this is love. Jesus did it, so there is no way we can run away from it. Talking love is cheap. Acting love is the real deal. Let's learn to act love. Let's learn to be empathetic, to be compassionate, to do things. Because most times I always say it, all the problems you see, all the things you see that are not good, that are like they make you cringe, like they make you so mad, like you want something to be done about it, you're a solution to that problem. God knows you have the abilities. You have all it takes. He created you for it probably. That's why you can see it. And that's why sometimes when you're even explaining it to people, the people cannot understand it because it's not their vision. It's not their purpose. So they would not understand it. They might only see it when you've done it, and then they might cue in. But if you start insisting on the fact that they must see it and understand it and cue in from the start, that vision or purpose will never be accomplished. So step on it. When you keep seeing the problem, you're the solution to the problem. Are you the kind of person who, if you enter into an environment, you just don't want to see a piece of paper on the floor? Maybe you need to get a cleaning service company. That's the solution to that problem. You have to think about it. Okay, we have to think about it. And then these people, they go to a level and they see, oh, who just got in? Let's see. Someone just got in and just clicked on that, but I can't see their names. Okay, and these people started crying. So there are times where you're going to be seeking for help and people are going to be laughing at you. People are going to be trying to shut you down. People are going to try to shut you up. When you start asking for help, when you start going to people that you know they have a solution to your problem, and people that have been complacent with them, like they say familiarity breeds contempt. When we're too used to people, we don't see their value anymore, and so we don't gain much from them. And then when people who are not so familiar with these people see them and want to start getting value from them, we who have become familiar with the person will want to shut them down, we want to send them out, we want to send them away. But thank God for God, because Jesus was never like that kind of person. He stopped. May your situation today, as you're asking God for help, cause God to stop and do the thing that you're crying out to Him to do for you. And yes, while you be crying out to God and calling on Him, a lot of people are going to be making a mockery of you. That's just what happens. It's our society, it's the world we're in. Some people are going to mock you. Some people are going to laugh you to scorn. Some people are going to do all those things that will make you feel like, why am I even doing this in the first place? I should just let it be. This is the end of it. No, it's not the end of it. As long as you're still alive, there is still hope for you. So go to God. Bring that problem to Him. And He will stop for your case. And when He stops for your case, things are going to happen. Jesus is ready to stop for you. But you need to call out. You need to call out. It doesn't matter what people are saying. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter how people see it. Call out. If you need help, call out. And Jesus, hearing you, is going to stop. They said when these people were calling out to Jesus, the disciples were trying to shut them out, but they shouted even more. Have you started fulfilling your purpose? And people are like, this thing you're doing is risky. Like, you can't even do it. It doesn't even make sense. Like, you're not going to pull through with it. Are you listening to those people? Do it all the more. Put in much more of your energy. Put in much more of your focus. In the end, it would speak. In the end, the people saw Jesus stopped and he did what he had to do for them. It's not about people. It's about you and God. We're still on it. When we go round and round and round, we come back to the fact that it's about you and your relationship with God. It's never about people. Yes, we need people to support us, to push us, to help us, but we need to start. We need to start. If you don't start, you're not going by faith. Just start it. Just start it. People are going to think you're insane. Yes, a lot of things that God is going to tell you to do, they seem insane. Why? Because if it's based on your ability, then there's no need for God. But if God has to be involved, yes, it has to seem insane. It has to seem out of place. So that when it is done and dusted, God is going to take full glory. You're not going to take part of the glory with him. He's going to take full glory because everybody is going to see and say, this can only be God. This can only be God. But it takes you to be persistent. It takes you to keep shouting. When the people are trying to shut you down, you just keep doing it. You just keep going. You just keep pushing. You just keep pressing. Because you know what God has said concerning you. You know that God can heal you. You know that God can give you your sight. You know that God has said, let's go to the other side. And his word doesn't fall down to the ground. You know there is definitely going to be a storm in the middle from what we've learned, because the Bible is for our learning. You know that from the time God says, let's move to the other side, to actually arriving the other side, there's going to be a storm in between. But God is still with us. So, what is it that you're called to do? Just do it. Be your best at it. Don't be concerned about whether some other person is doing it less or some other person is doing it more. You had a deal with God. And your deal with God is you're going to be paid a penny every day. Be your best every day. It doesn't matter if somebody realizes that they need to be their best after 4 hours. It doesn't matter if somebody realizes that they need to be their best 2 days later, 2 days to the time. It is none of your business. So people, it has been another beautiful day on ACAD, a chapter a day to keep you going and to boost your faith. Tomorrow is another day. I always get to say I love you so very much, but God loves you way more. Get to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Follow us on all our social media platforms. So each time we upload a new video or we go live, you're going to be the first to know. Thank you all for coming. Hi, bestie of mine. Smiles for the baby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sir Calvin Weche, for always coming. I really appreciate you. You are an awesome bestie for real. And God bless you all. We got to go now. Until next time, chapter 21 tomorrow. You can read ahead of time. And when we come here, you put your comments in the comment section so we can read it out. And like I said, you could also come live so that you can be a blessing to people in my audience. Be your best every day and leave the rest to God. Yes, that's my very own prof. I love that. Be your best every day and leave the rest for God. Whether people are doing their best or not, you are not to judge. You are not the one who qualifies who is doing it right or not doing it right. Let God be the judge and let God pay each and every one of us and reward each and every one of us the way He has to. Bye-bye.